Hi, I'm Addisyn.
Hi, I'm Jade.
I'm 16 and I got baptized at 15.
I'm 15 right now, and I got baptized when I was 11 years old.
Growing up, before I met Christ, I didn't really grow up in church. I did go to church for a few years when I was younger, but we didn't like stay. So I didn't really, I knew of him. I just didn't know who he was. I didn't know the good things he did. I heard about him and I was like, okay, and I don't know, it didn't really click. But a few years after that, I did a soccer camp, TCE, and we started going here. Shortly after that, for the next few years, our first few years going here, I started rebelling pretty bad. I went through that teenager phase. I definitely was angry a lot. I had a lot of anxiety. I did self-harm. That's what I went to. I didn't know what to do. I just had so much built-up emotion. I didn't know where to put it, so I was angry at the world. I was angry at people, and so I took it out on myself. At one point, it did get pretty bad, and I sat in my bed, and I just talked out loud. I was like, I don't know who I'm talking to. Don't know if you actually exist, but I'm just going to talk because it seems to help. So that was about the first time when I started, but even then I didn't know anything. The first church camp that I did, I dreaded it. I didn't want to go, but something was telling me I need to go.
So before I really knew Jesus, I had a lot of anxiety, and I didn't know what to do with it or how to do with it. I had a lot of anger, and I didn't know what to do with it. Again, my outlet was just not doing anything and just zoning out on my phone. I didn't want to be near anyone. I just wanted to stay in my room. I kind of knew about God, but we sometimes prayed and we sometimes went to church, but not really often. So I didn't really know all the stuff he could do and help me with, but yeah.
I got baptized right after church camp last summer. It was the last day of church camp. It was after the evening service. So we had one, in the morning service, and then after lunch, towards the evening, we had an afternoon service. Not pretty much every afternoon service, I would start crying during the worship. I don't really know why. I would just get really emotional, going to the stage with our hands up, singing as loud as we can, just all together as different churches. It was very together. It was a big group. And then after every evening service, we would meet as TC teens around a campfire with the boys and the girls and all the leaders. And it would always be we would pray and we would go over questions and add a little more onto the service. And at the last night, during service, they also talked about baptism. And also after, our team leader talked about baptism as well, the different stages, still seeking, being a Jesus follower, being out there fishing for people to reel them in, and then rekindling what you have with him already. And while we were there sitting around this campfire, I closed my eyes and I prayed a little bit to myself because I felt something was different, something clicked, I felt it in my chest, it just felt really good. And so I whispered to my team leader, my group leader, and I was like, I'm a Jesus follower. I believe. This is my moment. And so that night I literally screamed it and yelled it to people. And also that night was a fun night. So there was this table on the field, and you would get a plate of shaving cream, and you had to do something cool. So a cartwheel trick, a joke, something like that. And I was one of the first people in the line, and I was like, I became a Jesus follower. And they were like, yeah. And they gave me a plate of shaving cream.
So during this time when I really wanted to get baptized, it was just this really big feeling that I just had to happen. It was this big pull, and I just kept asking my mom and telling her I need to get baptized right now. it was during COVID, so it was a really bizarre moment, you know, but I got baptized in a jacuzzi. It was pretty cool, actually. But yeah, so it was really cool to see that, but I know TC Teens helped me come more closer in church, just coming a little bit and like, I'm finally getting it, I understand now. Just this big feeling to get it done, you know?
My life now is definitely different. I turn to prayer a lot. I pray every day, sometimes multiple times a day. I definitely pray before I go to bed, just like thanking God, like, thank you. Like, you led me to where I am now. Like, without him, I don't know, I couldn't imagine what it would be like without him now. Like, I definitely don't feel alone anymore in those times that I used to feel very alone, like isolated by myself. I don't anymore because I know he's always there. He's always right beside me.
After I got baptized, I felt like a new person. I felt really good. I started making music playlists of God music, and it really helped me that. Just listening to music that I believe in and not just some like nasty music or something. I definitely feel him a lot sometimes, but other times it's really hard, and it's really hard sometimes, but I keep going. You gotta just trust faith, because sometimes he disappears even though he's still there. It just feels like he disappears. But yeah, my life pretty much changed. It was really cool to see that difference.
So my advice would be keep seeking. Just, you are not alone. Keep seeking, keep praying. Even if you're on the fence, like, I don't really know, like, who is this guy? Is he even there? Keep seeking. He's looking for you. If you're feeling that, he's calling out your name.
My advice is, like, when you don't feel him there, or you're just like, why the heck are you not here? I can't feel you. You just gotta take it step by step. Don't worry about the future, and just give it all to Christ and just let it go.
Yeah, 100%.